Hey Raiders Nation, Week 1 is finally here, and there is so much to unpack about our Las Vegas Raiders as they head into the season opener against the New England Patriots. This is the kind of game that sets the tone for the rest of the season, and the stakes could not be higher. Geno Smith is under center for the first time in silver and black, and the excitement surrounding him is palpable. His ability to lead the team, read the defense, and execute Chip Kelly's offense is going to be absolutely critical, especially because this system thrives on tempo, precision, and versatility. We know Geno has a mixed track record outdoors, and with this game being on the road in a notoriously tough environment like Foxborough, there's an added layer of pressure. Historically, in 50 career games with the Seattle Seahawks, 36 were played outdoors, where he threw 43 touchdowns against 31 interceptions with a passer rating hovering just under 90. Those numbers tell a story. He's capable, but the elements and defensive schemes can challenge him. The Raiders, by contrast, are fortunate to have 12 games in domes this season, giving them more controlled conditions. But Week 1 is outside, and every snap will test Geno's poise and decision-making. The running game is equally vital for the Raiders' identity this season. Ashton Gentry, the first-round back drafted to be the cornerstone of this offense, is expected to carry a heavy load, commanding anywhere from 18 to 22 touches if the offensive line can open up the lanes. The line will have to impose their will on a Patriots front that has been fortified with off-season acquisitions, including interior strength and edge rushers who thrive on chaos. This matchup will be a chess game, with Robert Spain, now on the other side, expected to be a key factor in run defense for New England. There is anticipation, almost cinematic in its quality, for the collisions between Gentry and the defensive stalwarts who will be trying to contain him. Establishing the run early is more than just gaining yards. It's about setting a physical tone, signaling to the Patriots that the Raiders intend to dictate the pace and control the narrative. On the road, especially in hostile environments, establishing that identity early can shift momentum and influence the game in ways that stats alone cannot capture. The wide receiver core presents one of the more underrated storylines of the year. The Chip Kelly offense is designed to utilize every weapon at its disposal, and it's hard to imagine a scenario where multiple receivers don't see the field in significant rotations. JAKOBI MEYERS, assuming he clears any potential obstacles off the field, is poised to lead as the number 1 target, with Trey Tucker expected to play a complementary role as the number 2. Amari Cooper could slot in as a secondary option, adding both route-running precision and field-stretching ability. Dante Thornton Jr. rounds out the primary group, and the dynamic between these four could be the difference between a high-tempo, high-scoring Raiders offense and one that struggles to gain rhythm. Matchups against New England's secondary, particularly Christian Gonzalez, will be critical. Gonzalez is one of the league's top young cornerbacks, and his assignments could dictate how the Raiders spread the field, with Cooper likely drawing the toughest coverage and Myers, Tucker, and Thornton exploiting zones and mismatches elsewhere. Versatility, timing, and chemistry between the quarterback and his receivers will define the flow of this opening matchup. Tight ends are another crucial piece of the offensive puzzle. Brock Bowers, coming off a record-breaking rookie season, draws immediate attention from opposing coordinators, and this makes Michael Myers' involvement all the more significant. Myers' role is to complement Bowers, create mismatches, and exploit linebackers who may overcommit to the obvious threat. The Raiders plan to employ multiple personnel packages, particularly 11 personnel with 3 receivers and a tight end, to spread the field and maximize options. Bowers lining up both as a receiver and a tight end allows flexibility in coverage, while Myers' assignments create opportunities to manipulate defensive alignment, keeping linebackers guessing and opening lanes for both the run and the pass. The confidence in this skilled group is immense, and Chip Kelly's scheme relies on that trust to execute quickly, maintain tempo, and prevent defensive adjustments from slowing down the offense. Offensive line play is where the game will be won or lost in the trenches. Protecting Geno Smith is essential, and opening lanes for Gentry is just as critical. Colt Miller, Dylan Barm, Jordan Merida, Jackson Powers, and DJ Glaze form a front that will be tested against a Patriots defense known for its versatility and aggression. Mike Vrabel's schemes often involve shifting fronts, edge pressure, and creative blitzes that test communication and cohesion. The Raiders must match physicality with technique, and winning these battles will directly influence not only yardage, but the timing of every play. If the line dominates, the Raiders have the potential to control the clock, sustain drives, and wear down the opposing defense, creating opportunities for both explosive plays and methodical marches down the field. The difference between a high-scoring, confident Raiders offense and a team struggling under pressure often comes down to these matchups in the trenches. Defensively, the Raiders must balance aggression with discipline. Max Crosby and the defensive ends will be key to generating pressure, keeping Drake May off balance, and forcing mistakes. The line's ability to collapse the pocket and disrupt timing could turn the game in favor of Las Vegas, particularly if the linebackers can read and react to screens, draws, and quick passes. The defensive tackles, including Thomas Booker and Adam Butler, will be crucial in maintaining interior control, clogging running lanes, and forcing the Patriots to rely on their passing game. Rotations will be essential, keeping players fresh while maintaining pressure throughout the contest. A three-tackle front with varied alignments will challenge the Patriots' offensive line and test the quarterback's ability to make quick, decisive reads. The Raiders' defensive plan is to limit the running game, force a one-dimensional offense, and capitalize on any mistakes in the passing game. Linebacker play will be particularly intriguing. With new faces like Tremaine Pratt, Landon Roberts, Dion White, and Jamal Adams, the unit needs to balance run-stopping prowess with pass coverage responsibilities. The Raiders have to ensure that tight ends and running backs are not left open in critical situations, and that sideline-to-sideline speed is matched with the ability to read plays before they develop. The success of this group could dictate whether the Raiders can maintain control, particularly against a Patriots offense that may seek to exploit mismatches. Coverage responsibilities will test communication, awareness, and adaptability, as linebackers are forced to transition seamlessly between run support and pass defense. As we move deeper into the breakdown of the Raiders' Week 1 matchup against the Patriots, it's impossible to overstate the significance of situational football. The nuances of third down efficiency, red zone execution, and clock management will play a pivotal role in determining which team comes out on top. Geno Smith's experience will be tested in these moments, as he'll need to make precise reads under pressure, deliver the ball accurately to his playmakers, and avoid costly turnovers. The Patriots have a reputation for opportunistic defense, thriving on confusion and forcing mistakes in critical scenarios. Every decision from the quarterback, from audibles at the line to timing of throws and the ability to anticipate the rush, will be magnified under these circumstances. Even the smallest hesitation can create opportunities for turnovers, and the Raiders cannot afford to grant New England any gift plays. Red zone efficiency will be particularly crucial for Las Vegas. Converting drives into touchdowns rather than field goals is a cornerstone of Chip Kelly's philosophy. The combination of tight ends Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, along with versatile receivers like JAKOBI, MEYERS, and Trey Tucker, will need to operate in tight spaces and adjust to physical coverage. Route precision, timing, and subtle changes in leverage will be necessary to exploit any defensive weaknesses. The running game will also factor heavily inside the red zone, as Ashton Gentry's ability to pound the ball between the tackles forces defenses to respect multiple threats simultaneously. The offensive line's ability to maintain blocks in these condensed situations, where angles are tighter and defenders can impact plays more quickly, is just as important as any skill position performance. Time of possession will likely be a key strategy for the Raiders, particularly on the road. Controlling the clock not only keeps Drake May and the Patriots' offense off the field, but also allows the Raiders to dictate tempo, and we're down a defense built to capitalize on short fields and turnovers. Sustained drives, even if they don't end in touchdowns, can sap energy, force substitutions, and create opportunities for mistakes. The Raiders must balance a fast-tempo approach with the discipline to manage the game's clock effectively. Chip Kelly's system allows for explosive playmaking, but it also relies on consistency, precise execution, and the ability to adapt in real time. If Las Vegas can maintain a balance of speed and control, they'll put themselves in a position to exploit New England's tendencies. Defensively, the Raiders must navigate one of the league's most complex offensive systems. The Patriots have a history of adjusting mid-game, often shifting formations, motions, and personnel to create favorable matchups. The Raiders' defensive front, anchored by Max Crosby, Thomas Booker, and Adam Butler, must remain disciplined while applying pressure. Rushing the passer is about more than speed. It's about timing, leverage, and forcing the quarterback to make uncomfortable throws. Interior pressure can collapse the pocket, but edge containment is equally vital to prevent scramble lanes and extended plays. The interplay between the defensive line and linebackers, particularly Tremaine Pratt and Landon Roberts, would determine whether the Patriots' offense can sustain drives or becomes one-dimensional. Linebackers will have to read and react with precision, balancing the need to stop the run with the requirement to cover tight ends and slot receivers in pass situations. The Patriots are adept at exploiting mismatches, and any hesitation or misstep by Las Vegas could lead to explosive plays. Blitz packages will need to be well-timed and coordinated, with linebackers and secondary players understanding their responsibilities and potential risks. Communication in these moments is crucial, as one missed assignment can open the door for a big gain or even a scoring opportunity. Versatility and athleticism will be key assets, allowing the Raiders to adjust to motions, shifts, and unconventional alignments without sacrificing discipline. The secondary faces a multi-dimensional challenge. Christian Gonzalez and other key defenders will need to anticipate quick throws, deep shots, and crossing routes. Zone coverage will be tested by the Patriots' use of motion and mismatches, while man-to-man assignments must remain tight to prevent separation. Safeties Jeremy Chin and Isaiah Paul Lamaw will play a critical role in providing over-the-top support and helping contain any explosive plays. Matchups will likely shift multiple times throughout the game, requiring awareness, adaptability, and flawless execution. The Raiders' ability to disguise coverages and adjust in real time could create opportunities for turnovers, disrupt timing, and limit New England's offensive rhythm. Special teams could provide hidden advantages in a game expected to be tight. Punt coverage, kickoffs, and return units must execute cleanly to avoid momentum-shifting mistakes. Field goal accuracy and reliability from the kicking unit are essential in a game that could hinge on a single make-or-miss attempt. The Raiders' roster includes capable specialists, but execution under pressure will determine whether special teams becomes an asset or a liability. Strategic use of field position, along with the ability to capitalize on opponent errors, could be decisive in what is likely to be a closely contested opening game. In-game adjustments will play a defining role. Chip Kelly's ability to read defensive tendencies and adapt plays at the line will be put to the test against the Patriots team, renowned for strategic flexibility. Geno Smith must be ready to process information quickly, audible effectively, and execute with precision. Conversely, defensive coordinator Patrick Graham will look to exploit any weaknesses in Las Vegas offensive alignment or tempo, mixing coverage schemes, pressures, and disguised blitzes to create confusion. The chess match between coaching staffs will unfold in real time, with every decision potentially impacting the outcome. Beyond the X's and O's, mental toughness and resilience will factor heavily into the Raiders' success. The intensity of an NFL opener, particularly on the road in a hostile environment like Foxborough, demands focus, composure, and the ability to respond to adversity. Turnovers, penalties, or special teams errors could shift momentum quickly, and the Raiders must maintain discipline, communicate effectively, and execute consistently to overcome these challenges. Leadership from veterans on both sides of the ball will be instrumental in keeping the team aligned, motivated, and confident under pressure. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have been circulating through the corridors of the NFL for weeks, and now the rumor has solidified into what seems to be a reality. JAKOBI Meyers is reportedly set to join the Las Vegas Raiders, a move that could shake the dynamics of the team's offensive strategies in ways fans and analysts are already feverishly debating. Sources close to the situation suggest that negotiations moved rapidly behind closed doors, fueled by the Raiders' urgent need to inject fresh talent into their wide receiver lineup after a season that left many questioning the depth and consistency of the roster. The intrigue surrounding Meyers' potential impact is already building, as insiders hint at his adaptability, route-running precision, and reliable hands as attributes that could complement the Raiders' existing offensive weapons. Conversations in locker rooms, sports bars, and online fan communities alike have turned speculative chatter into near certainty, with many expressing excitement over the possibility of Meyers becoming the go-to target for the team's quarterback. The atmosphere surrounding the Raiders organization, according to sources, has taken on a palpable buzz as coaches weigh the strategic implications of integrating a player of Meyers' caliber into their playbook. Analysts are reportedly recalibrating their season predictions, noting that if Meyers' rumored acquisition comes to fruition, it could signal a major shift in how opposing defenses prepare for the Raiders. Meyers' journey to the Raiders, if confirmed, would represent not just a tactical maneuver, but a statement of intent from the franchise, suggesting a renewed commitment to building a competitive edge in a league where margins between victory and defeat are notoriously slim. Industry insiders speculate that this move may have involved careful financial maneuvering, including considerations of cap space, contract incentives, and long-term planning, which could indicate a broader vision for the team's roster management. Fans have reportedly taken to social media in droves, sharing speculation, excitement, and cautious optimism about the potential addition of Meyers, further amplifying the rumor mill that surrounds high-profile NFL transactions. The potential integration of Meyers into the Raiders' offensive scheme could alter the dynamics of passing strategies, potentially creating mismatches against rival defensive units and opening up opportunities for other receivers to flourish in tandem with his presence. Meanwhile, whispers persist regarding how the quarterback-receiver chemistry could develop, with some insiders hinting at early informal workouts and strategy sessions designed to accelerate the assimilation process. The media's coverage of these developments has been relentless, blending speculation with tentative confirmations from unnamed sources, and the narrative surrounding Meyers' rumored acquisition has become a topic of intense discussion among commentators and enthusiasts alike, who weigh the possible ramifications on both immediate performance and long-term team cohesion. Speculation about JAKOBI Meyers' fit within the Raiders' offensive strategy has intensified, with multiple angles being dissected by commentators who suggest that his style of play could address specific gaps identified in previous seasons. Industry experts note that Meyers' agility, awareness, and consistent route execution could provide quarterback stability and reliability in critical third-down situations, where precision and trust between passer and receiver are paramount. Fans and analysts are reportedly buzzing about the potential matchups that Meyers could exploit against divisional rivals, particularly those with secondary vulnerabilities that the Raiders may seek to capitalize on. Rumors also point to internal discussions about potential positional adjustments, formations, and play-calling innovations aimed at maximizing Meyers' impact on the field. Beyond on-field performance, sources hint at Meyers' leadership qualities and work ethic as intangible assets that could influence locker room culture and mentor younger receivers, fostering a climate of competitiveness and accountability. The media storm surrounding this development has been relentless, with every tweet, post, and insider leak being analyzed, dissected, and debated for credibility. In a league where narratives often shape public perception as much as statistics, the chatter about Meyers' potential arrival has become a self-reinforcing cycle, generating heightened anticipation for preseason training and early season matchups that could validate or dispel these swirling rumors. Consequently, the Raiders' fan base seems poised on the edge of a narrative cliff, eagerly awaiting any concrete confirmation that could transform speculation into reality. If the deal involving JAKOBI Meyers truly closes, sources say it could trigger a cascade of secondary maneuvers within the Raiders roster, including potential shifts in playing time, trade considerations, and scheme adjustments aimed at optimizing the team's offensive balance. Industry insiders speculate that the front office has been quietly evaluating various scenarios in which Meyers' acquisition could unlock latent potential among both seasoned veterans and emerging talents, reshaping the competitive dynamics within the squad. Discussions in analyst circles suggest that Meyers' rumored integration may influence the team's approach to both short-yardage situations and deep threat opportunities, potentially redefining expectations for offensive productivity in key matchups. Fan communities are reportedly buzzing with hypothetical debates about jersey numbers, starting lineups, and potential breakout games, underscoring the social and cultural impact of such a high-profile acquisition in a league obsessed with narrative arcs and player storylines. Beyond immediate tactical considerations, some sources hint at the potential marketing and brand implications of Meyers' arrival, noting that his presence could invigorate fan engagement, ticket sales, and merchandise interest. Meanwhile, coaches and coordinators are reportedly studying film and play tendencies to ensure seamless incorporation of Meyers' skill set, fostering a sense of anticipation and readiness within the organization. The rumor, whether fully realized or only partially substantiated, seems to have already catalyzed strategic planning, public discourse, and fan speculation, highlighting the multifaceted reverberations of a single potential player movement within the NFL ecosystem. Amidst the swirling speculation, the narrative surrounding JAKOBI Meyers' potential transfer to the Las Vegas Raiders has captured the imagination of sports. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.